So today is getting to be hot and humid, so I thought I would make a few treats in the freezer or for the freezer, from the freezer, using some fresh produce. We have fresh strawberries, a perfectly ripe pineapple, and I think I'm going to also create a citrus burst, which is 2 oranges, a lemon and a lime peeled of their skin and then juiced. So I've juiced all of these. I have not added sugar to anything. The strawberries got literally a squirt of agave syrup, and I mean a squirt like a couple of drops, because the strawberries were, once they get processed, the pulp, which is the sweetest part, is excluded. So because this is just the juice. So I've prepared a couple of the baggies already, and I've also made an adult treat for myself, which is my hazelnut coffee. So I have 2 hazelnut coffees, and I wrote on the little spot where you can put the date and flavor with a fine tip Marketol permanent pen. You can use Sharpie with a fine tip, and I've dated it so that way I know when I've created them. This is the new design of the that I think will be coming out shortly. And then there's a, just keep in mind, do not go beyond the fill line, because when liquids turn to solids, they expand. They need to go somewhere if you don't want them to go a side seam. So only fill it to the fill line. Then my citrus burst and a couple of strawberries. So hopefully by the time my husband gets home from work, he'll have a nice little treat to cool himself off after dinner, or as a afternoon treat. I think I'm going to have a hazelnut coffee this afternoon. So next I'm going to show you how I filled them. It might be messy, but don't be afraid. I do have a tip, however, because these are such narrow openings. One thing you could do, if you do not have a funnel, which I do not have a funnel on hand, it is definitely recommended to use a funnel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a clean chopstick inside the bag, and then use a little pitcher with a pouring spout. Hopefully the chopstick will help guide the liquid inside the bag. So let's see how messy I can get. So what I have here are my natural juices. There's absolutely nothing added to them. This is pineapple. It is sweet and has a wonderful mouthfeel. This is fresh strawberry, and this is my citrus blast because it has 2 oranges, a lime, and a lemon. So I'm going to pour these into a little pitcher and then put them in the Zipzicles and pop them in the fridge, or in the freezer. Don't put these in the fridge and expect that they're going to freeze. If you're feeling adventurous and you want to add coconut to your pineapple, you could certainly do that. It'll just be chewy, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with the regular fruit. So I have my tall glass, I have my coffee. Hopefully it's a little cooler. So I have my little hazelnut coffee. And again, this is way easier with a funnel. But I'm living on the wild side. Actually, I might have a funnel, so I've grabbed my stainless chopstick, hoping that when I go to pour, and again, I'm doing this on camera, I'm going to see if I can pour with my left hand. No, that's not going to work. Pouring it in the pitcher. And the leftovers I'm going to have over ice. Remember the fill line. Let's see how close we are to the... Oh, we have a little more to go. It's humid and raining. A little more. I'll probably have just enough to fill another one. So I'm just going to close this up like that. Let me grab my other hazelnut, and I have helpers in the kitchen at the moment because it's thundering. Everybody's a little, you know how pets get sometimes. Just gonna put my chopstick in. I think I might have just enough for 2. Look at that. I have just enough for 2. Clean up, you hear the thunder? Clean up the outside. So now I have 2 of my hazelnut creamers. I'm going to put them in the freezer in this glass so they will freeze up this way. I'm just going to fill up all of the juice ones, and then I'll probably just share pictures of what the juice ones look like. So because Zipzicles, the company that produces these, was kind enough to share an extra pack with me, I'm going to give one 12-pack away. So all you have to do is leave a comment in the description below, or comment below letting me know what flavor you would like to try. Be as ingenious or as inventive as you would like to. Remember, if you're doing an adult drink and you're adding hard alcohol, it will never freeze up completely. It'll be more like a slushy stage depending on what else you add to it. So play around, and I'll include a link to Zipzicles' website below. Check them out, read their wonderful story created by a 10-year-old out of the mouths of babes. So stay tuned for the photos.